I should probably apologise for my jumper. I bought this quite a long time ago and all my other clothes are in the wash, so I thought I'd throw this on, but sort of looking at it a few years after I last wore it, yeah, it's a bit odd, isn't it? It's a bit weird. Also, sorry if you can just hear that constant dripping, it's raining quite a lot and I've got a ledge on top of my window, but I really want to do this video and I don't think it's going to stop raining anytime soon, so let's get cracking. So last week I was talking about how this, a little point and shoot, and this, a full frame DSLR, are about 7 or 8 times different in terms of price, and that they aren't 7 or 8 times different in terms of what kind of image that they can produce. I thought I should probably clarify that point a bit. So this week I've spent a couple of days going up local mountains. The other day we went up one called Shabod on Emily's birthday, which was very nice.
It's my birthday!
And today I went up Conway Mountain, which was also very nice, but windy. Anyway, camera survived, and here are a few of the photos I got. So half of those photos were from this full frame DSLR and half of them were from this point and shoot, and as you can see there's not really that much of a difference, if any difference, in good light when you're not cropped in 100%. When you are cropped in 100% and comparing them side by side, maybe you can see a bit of a difference, but it's still not that huge, and how often are you going to be doing that? I mean, I'll show you the difference now. Here are some side by side comparisons. So yeah, maybe the point and shoot doesn't provide quite as clean an image, but in the real world, I don't think you're going to notice all that much, to be honest. But before the DSLR lovers start typing away in the comments to defend their cameras, and before people who are looking to buy one or the other get too excited about just buying a point and shoot and saving all their money, there are a few caveats. Can't really see the screen. Can you see what's on the screen? And no, it's not because I've got sunglasses on. It doesn't really help when, yeah, just lucky dip, I guess. Sort of less point and shoot and more point and hope. And that problem gets even worse when you wear polarized sunglasses and you shoot in portrait. You literally can't see anything, which isn't great. Number 2, battery life. Right, I don't know about you, but I have seen bigger SIM cards than that. Look at it. That's ridiculous. Number 3, processing time. Now this particular point and shoot does shoot in RAW, which is great, it's one of the reasons I bought it, but you should be warned that when you shoot in RAW on some cameras like this, well, it can take quite a long time to process. Still processing. Still processing. Still processing. Yeah, still processing. Number 4, dynamic range. So if you take a shot on a camera like this, even if it's in RAW, you're probably not going to be able to recover details anywhere near like what you can on one of these. Yeah, there's just no contest, which means that you need to nail the exposure, which is easier said than done when you can't see the screen. Number 5, it doesn't really look the part. I can't really rock up to a job for a client and shoot with this. My invoice definitely won't get paid on time. 6, cameras like this typically only have 1 card slot, which means you're relying on your card never failing. Now I've only had 1 or 2 cards fail on me in the past. It rarely happens, but if you do, then well, you'll lose all your photos. So it's best to have a camera that shoots on 2, ideally, but then you do pay quite a premium for that. So 7, slow lenses. So this isn't too bad actually. At the wide end, this can shoot at f2, and even though the sensor's still quite small, that does give you a reasonably shallow depth of field. Sadly, as you zoom in though, the lens is no longer quite as fast, and that's fairly typical of all point and shoots, to be honest. And even if you're using a DSLR, if you're using a cheap zoom lens, then that's likely to be the case on the cheap zoom lens as well, so maybe that's a bit unfair as a comment to include on a point and shoot. Number 8, limited zoom. Now most point and shoots are quite good at including a nice zoom range, but if you want to shoot outside of that zoom range, like you want to shoot with a fisheye or you want to go really long, then well, you'll need another camera, not just a new lens, because as you can see, this is fixed. Number 9, no accessories. So you can't really put any accessories on this. Obviously, it hasn't got a hot shoe like on this camera. So you can't attach a flash. You might struggle to find ports for self-timers and things on point and shoots. So you haven't got as many options with accessories. I mean, I can still put this little fluffy thing for recording video and making sure it cuts wind noise, but that's not really going to help stills. And number 10, I don't think I have a number 10. In fact, I don't know why I started including numbers in this. It was never going to be a list. So instead of a number 10, here are some more photos I took on this point and shoot this morning. All of them are of sheep. Read into that what you will. Actually, don't. No, that's weird. Yes, that last sheep was definitely smiling. And I think if you can make a sheep smile, then you can use any camera. It doesn't really matter. Awesome. Also, there is a 10th, I just forgot what it was, but it's autofocus, and in particular, continuous autofocus. So, if you want to track a subject using one of these, a point and shoot, or even a compact system camera, you're not going to have much luck. Whereas, if you use a DSLR, generally speaking, it should do a much better job of keeping your subject in focus as it moves across the frame. So yeah, they are sort of 10 rounded things that you need to bear in mind that this either can't do or can't do as well as this. Despite the fact that in good light, in some conditions, they take quite similar photos. And that's the reason that something like this is so much heavier and so much more expensive. So yeah, hope that was helpful. Until the next time, see ya.